Look, there's no use sugarcoating it, all right? Things are capital B bad. Looking pretty bleak. It's hard to see a light at the end of the tunnel. No surprise. That's what happens when someone so patently unqualified, flagrantly incompetent, and pig ignorant is in charge of my own finances. Everyone told me I should hire a planner. Well, I can't afford to hire a planner. Bitch, you can't afford not to hire a planner. So I find myself in a bit of a rough spot, but hey, I don't want your pity. Don't cry for me, Symposia. I've gotten out of worse jams than this one. And you know, it's nothing that a little vast wealth wouldn't help. So, yeah, to that end, I've been making plans. My initial plan was to get canceled. Which sounds counterintuitive, but follow me. There's all these canceled comedians out there. What do they have in common? They're all rich and famous, that's what. Chappelle, C.K., Gervais, Shane Gillis. Who ever heard of Shane Gillis till they got canceled? That's not... You got greenlit. So, I figured that was a model worth emulating. And yeah, I know, there's no shortcuts to success, but comedy is a young man's game. And I don't have time to schmooze and network and pay my dues and get better. I got bills to pay. So, but that's what, getting canceled seemed like the way to go, but you look at this new reality we find ourselves in as Americans. With the government cracking down on dissent, targeting journalists, disappearing people off the street for things they said on social media. And in today's political climate, never mind getting canceled, I stand a non-zero chance of getting arrested. And that would solve all my problems. Let me tell you. I was running this plan past a friend of mine, and she said, "Clark, that's just crazy enough to work." Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. You're in my line of sight. Das, you're in my line of sight, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Anywho, yeah, you wouldn't want to miss this. But so I told my friend about my plan, and she said, "Oh, Clark, that's just crazy enough to work. I can see it now. A viral video of you being cuffed and led off stage. You'd be an overnight sensation. You'd be a free speech martyr, a cause celeb. First Amendment lawyers would be lining up just to represent you. And then later, when the dust settled, you could probably write your own ticket." And I was like, yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of prisoners get 3 squares a day and don't pay rent. But yours is even better. So help a brother out. All right, let's see if we can make this happen. You don't have to go out of your way. Just if you find yourself interacting with law enforcement, maybe just try to put me on their radar. You could be like, "Officer, there's this guy you might want to keep an eye on. I heard him talk about you behind your back. He wants to call you a cab, or he wants you to call him a cab. Something about a cab." Well, turns out it can happen here, people. And that means we're going to have to make a choice. Because what's going on in LA ain't going to stay in LA. That's going to be spreading. And then we're all going to have to decide, what we're willing to do to fight back. And you might be thinking, Clark, what can I do? I'm not a fighter. I'm just an artist. But don't give me that just an artist stuff. It's something to be proud of. You can shout that from the rooftop. John, what are you?
An artist.
My man. Docs, what are you?
My man.
Hell yeah. Alicia, of the following, which would you say best describes you? A, certified public accountant. B, artist. C, laboratory technician.
B, I'm an artist.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
We're artists.
Yeah.
We make art. That's what we do. And it's how we're going to resist. By making art. Say it with me, people. What are we going to do?
Make art! Damn it!
When are we going to do it? In our free time, because it doesn't pay well. Art is like kryptonite to fascists. Because art is about beauty and the human condition. So when these Philistines try to take away joy and complexity, and they try to bleed all the color out of our world, what are we going to do?
Make art!
And art is about the truth. It's about speaking the truth, revealing hidden truths. So when they lie and they gaslight and they tell us 1 and 1 is 3, and we've always been at war with East Asia, what are we going to do?
Make art!
And finally, art is about freedom. The freedom to express oneself in the manner that one sees fit. So when they try to grind us down under the heels of their jackboots, what are we going to do?
Make art!
And just to make sure we're all on the same page here, you do realize that when I say art, it's a euphemism for IEDs, right? We're all clear on that? Don't get me wrong, art has its place. You know, just when the shit goes down, free verse ain't gonna save you. You're gonna want something that packs a little more punch. Hey, you pigs! Life in Jersey is. Be sure to download Greg's new single. Life in Jersey used to be great prior to the suspension of Posse Comitatus. It's like he's rocking down from the future. All right, well, my name's Clark Sager. That's Clark with an E, S-A-G-E-R, Social Security 00260108 if there's any beat cops lingering out there. And, anybody here wearing a wire by any chance?
I'm recording you.
No, I guess that is just a delivery fan. Oh well. All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of the show. And fuck the police! Where you at, 5-0? Baby needs a new pair of shoes. Thanks, everybody.